Welcome to another episode of Afros in the Diaspora. And today we have a dancer, a performer from the country of Nigeria, all the way in Ireland, doing incredible things in Dublin with his own dance company, doing great things. Proud African King, Mr. Favour. Welcome to the
Hello.
podcast.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. Hi.
How are you doing? How are you ready to get into our trivia questions, or are you ready to get into it?
I'm ready. I'm born
Yeah.
ready. Like, you have to be ready every time. So I'm like, bring it on.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah.
All right, let's start. Do you remember your states and capitals, Mr. Favor?
Sure.
Because that's the
Sure.
first.
Yes.
You sure? Okay. I like the confidence. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay. All right, go.
I have to say everything.
You
Okay.
say half of it, so I gotta say everything,
State
Jerry.
and capital. Abia, Umaya, Adamawa, Yola, Akwa Ibom, Uyo, Bayelsa, something. Bauchi, Benue, Makurdi, Cross River, Calabar, Delta, Asaba. I'm sorry, that's where I end. That's where my brain ends.
You know what? I'll give you 4/10 for that. Even though there's some hiccups. I'll let
It
you
was
have
just
it.
one. It was just one hiccup. It's not like it was
Uh,
plenty. It
okay,
was
you
one.
skipped. First of all, you not finished. You didn't say up to 10 out of 36. You didn't say up to 10. One.
No, now. I
So
said now. Abia, Umaya, Adamawa, Yola, Akwa Ibom, Uyo, Anambra, Oka, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Yenogwe, Benue, Maduguri, Cross
nope.
River, Calabar,
No. Benue Makodi.
Benue, Makurdi, Cross River, Calabar, Delta, Asaba, Lagos, Oshodi,
Oshodi for Lagos.
Abuja.
Stop.
Well, see, I have not been in Nigeria. I don't understand. Why is this the first question? You say, hey, Afro in diaspora, favor in Ireland for how many years? And the first question is name, state, and capital in Nigeria.
Yes, of course. We have to see how much you remember of your motherland.
This is rigged. Is rigged. If you had asked me a more recent question about the goings on or
Oh,
about Ireland,
the
that's the state and
goings
capital.
on. Okay. No wala.
Yeah, I know we're 36 states. I know, yeah. I know the states. Do I know
Okay.
the capitals? Maybe not. The states. I name
Okay.
all
No.
the states for you if you want.
No, you can't. I don't have
No, I
confidence.
can. Is the capital that I cannot name all everything. Please.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next trivia. So I have a few, I'll just rapid fire ask you some questions about Nigeria in general. I know you're in Dublin, Ireland, doing incredible things, but you cannot forget where you came from now, Abi. You just be
Sure.
forgetting
Yeah.
where you're from.
No,
So
I won't.
exactly. So I'm gonna
No.
ask you. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What was General Babangida's position before becoming president?
I'm sorry. The network just cracked a bit. I didn't hear you. What did you say? You said what was
what was
something position.
what was General Babangida's position before he became the president of your motherland, Nigeria?
It was a general of the Nigerian army. No?
Yeah, he was a Nigerian. Yeah, he was a general
General,
chief
yes.
chief of army staff. Actually, you're
Yes.
right. Okay.
You want to be giving somebody a confusing question.
Yes.
Did he have another job after general before he became president? He took over now, military coup.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it took a while. Okay. Clap for yourself. Okay. I'm going to ask you a few simple ones now. These ones are very easy, but
Keep going. I'm a hard person. I
yeah.
know the hard ones.
Oh, you know the
Simple
hard
ones.
ones. Okay.
I'm not
Nope.
simple.
Okay. Who discovered the source of the Niger River?
You didn't say who discovered the Niger River. You say
Yeah,
who discovered the
the
source.
source. Yes.
God Almighty. Because He's the source of everything. Our life, your life, the world, and our existence.
Okay, praise the
Wait,
Lord.
who discovered the source of Nigeria?
The Landa brothers. They completed the work started by Mungo Park. The Landa brothers. Hard guy, you got this. You got this. You got
I
this.
got this. I got this.
Yeah. So, whose face is on the 20 naira notes? Easy.
What do you mean by easy? I have not seen that 20 naira note in 4 years. So how do you mean by easy? Whose face is on the 5 naira note?
I am the one asking the questions here. Sorry.
Okay, wait. Hint. Let's do it like who wants to be a millionaire. There's hint.
There's
50.
no hint.
Hint.
Well, I mean,
Wait,
let me
hint.
see.
Is
Let
a
me see.
woman or is a man?
Well, it's a Nigerian general. I think we just talked about him
Obasanjo?
like 2 minutes. No,
Wait, but it was Babangida.
no. Oh, sorry, no. We did not just talk about him. But he's a Nigerian general. It's a Nigerian general.
That is on the 20. You said the 20 naira note.
20 naira note, yeah.
General that's on the 20. Are you sure it's a general?
Yeah, it's a general.
Because my mind keeps going to Tafawa Balewa.
It's not Tafawa Balewa.
The new note or the old note?
Oga, going. They ask plenty.
Please just give the answer at this point.
It's
Who?
Moritala Mohammed.
Murtala Mohammed.
Yes.
See, when
Yeah.
you said general, like my mind started thinking about general. You had said president or head of state, I would have mentioned his name.
Yimu Naso. Okay, this one is another easy one. Nigeria achieved independence in 1960 from which European country?
London. No.
London. Is London a
From which
European
European?
country? Is London a
Nigeria
country?
achieved. Wait. Nigerian achieved independence from which European country?
Uh-huh.
Were we not colonized by the British?
Yeah, but you said London, this guy.
No, yeah, but 1 second. We're colonized by the British, right?
Yes.
So you're talking about it was a European country before, not now. Because right now, they split from the European Union. And now they are no more part of the Union.
Oga, which country colonized
That's
Nigeria? You
fine
just
now.
explain.
It's Britain now, Britain.
So why did you say London before?
Because Britain, obviously I knew it was Britain. I don't know why I said London, but obviously I knew it was Britain. But when you said European country, that's why I got confused because I knew that they are no more a part of the European Union. So I was like, wait. But
Okay,
obviously I know it's
we
Britain.
don't, yeah. All these people that used to explain too much, we have heard.
I can't answer the right question.
You answered the question, yeah, you got
say
it,
Japan.
You not Japan? Okay, you not say Japan. Good for you. All right, let me ask you 2 last questions. What is the capital of Abia State?
What?
Capital of Abia State. You just said it. No.
Mayana.
No. Oh, yeah, spell Umuahia.
Umuahia.
Okay, clap for yourself. Look at you.
Oh God, you're underestimating me.
Okay, so who is the president of Kalakuta Republic? Who was the president of Kalakuta Republic? Musician. No. He created it, so he was
Kalakuta Republic.
He created it, so he was he was the president.
There is so much I don't know.
Okay, so last question. Let me look for one nice one for you. Who was, you mentioned Obasanjo before, so who was Obasanjo's vice president during his first term as president?
This I cannot say what I want to say. This I can't even explain the explanation.
Just say the name.
Wait 1 second. He's the one that brought generator to Nigeria. He's still running for presidency now.
Abubakar Atiku.
He's still trying to run for presidency after this.
Is Trump not trying to rerun again at 90? I'll be 80. I'll be how old is the guy? No. If you believe in yourself, you can achieve. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll round this up by asking you one very simple riddle. Okay?
Okay.
Simple. Again, easy peasy. Okay? You
Yeah.
got this. All right? Okay. How can a trouser pocket or how can a pants pocket be empty and still have something in it?
How can a pants pocket be
Yeah.
empty
Yeah.
and still have something in it?
In it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like your trouser now is empty, but there's something in it.
How can a pants pocket
Mm-hmm.
be empty
Mm-hmm.
but have something
Yep.
in it? There's no hint for this one.
No, there's no hint. Well, what's in it is not tangible. That's a hint, I guess. Or is it? I don't even know. I just made up that hint, but yeah.
Can it be empty but have something in it at the same time?
That's the riddle. Yeah, answer it.
Hmm.
Would you like me to just help you out here? Be of
Yes, please.
assistance?
This pause is just going to
Mm,
keep pausing.
You're just gonna keep passing, okay? It has a hole in it. The pocket has a hole in it. That is why it's empty, but it
Hmm.
has something in it.
Wow.
What a
Wow.
wahoo!
Hmm.
Wonderful. Okay. Well,
One day it will be my turn to ask questions. That day.
would you
Oh, that day. Hmm.
would you like to vindicate yourself with one last one, or you're like I don't
What do you
do?
mean by vindicate?
Eh,
Technically, I've only lost 3 questions.
okay now, no wala,
Yes,
no problem.
yes. I'm denying you guys. I've lost few.
Just a few.
So you want to try me again one more time?
If you're open to it, honestly, I have a few more here.
Then let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay.
Hmm.
What goes up when the rain comes down?
Hey, goes up, comes down.
Mm-hmm. I'm counting them.
What goes up when the rain comes down? I
Yes.
don't know. What is it?
Umbrellas. The umbrellas go up when the rain comes down.
The next one.
Oh, you
Next one.
want to?
Next
We
one.
need.
Let's not do it too much. Hmm.
Are you? Can we? You want to do one last one? Ah, okay. Now,
Hmm.
no wala, no wala.
Hmm. Let's get vindicated. Let's vindicate ourselves.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Um, if I drink, I die. If I eat, I am fine. What am I?
If I drink, I
I
die.
die. Yes.
If I eat food
Yeah. Eat
or eat
anything.
anything.
Yeah. I'm fine.
If I eat, I die. If I drink, I'm fine. What am
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I? Wait. If I say
If I eat, I am fine. If I drink, I die. What am I?
if I eat,
Oh
okay,
God.
is this a living thing or a non-living thing?
It's a
It's a
non-living
living
thing.
thing.
It's not a long.
It's a
It's a
non-living thing.
non-living thing. Yeah, yeah,
Ah, it's a non-living
yeah.
thing.
But it can
You're
grow.
sure?
It's a non-living thing, but it can grow, and it can live, and it can die.
Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
A non-living thing, it can grow,
It
and
can
it can
grow.
live,
Yeah,
and it can die.
yeah, and it can die. Yeah.
You know what? I think this concludes the end of this question. Now tell me, what is it? What is
It's
it?
it's a fire. If a fire drinks water, liquid, anything, it dies. But if
You
it
know,
eats
if I want to
anything,
drag, if I want to drag this radio with you now, I would say it's not all fire that can be quenched with water.
For the sake of this particular redo, is water that can quench it. But thank you so much for engaging in the trivia and in the riddles and in the icebreaker. This was so much fun.
Yeah, it was fun, right?
Yes, it was. I hope you had
Thank
fun
you.
too.
No, thank you for the fun.
Okay, so we're gonna go into our topic today, and on this episode, Favor, you're just sharing your story essentially of, from we went to school together, by the way, right? So we went to
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Redeemers University. We were
Oh,
both I went to Redeemers University. We were both in the theater arts department. I think I was a couple of levels ahead of you, so I think I graduated before you. But
yeah.
we were in the same dance group, the Davidic dance group, dance crew
Mm-hmm.
DDC,
Mm-hmm.
and we were probably in plays together back then in school. So yeah, I know you to an extent, and it was really 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 cool and really fun back in school. And so yeah, just seeing all the things you're doing in the world right now, I just am filled with so much pride for you and so much. I'm so proud of you and just excited for all the things you're doing. Like, you
Thank
literally
you.
told me back then in the video that you want to have your own dance group, you're going to have your own, and you're
Yeah.
doing it. Like, and I think that's just what is so incredible about your story. And not only are
Thank
you
you.
doing it in Nigeria, did you do it in Nigeria, but you literally traveled and you're doing it still, right? So yeah, so round of applause for you. This is really cool. I want you to just share
Thank
your
you very much.
story. Yeah, share your story from graduating from the Redeemers University to like where you were like, you know what, Favor, I need to jackpot from this country called Nigeria. Like, what was that thought process like for you, and how did you end up traveling to Ireland? What made you choose Ireland? Maybe you can
Mm-hmm.
tease us with your Irish accent a little bit. But yeah, no,
Well,
like what was that journey like for you?
um, yeah. So I'm gonna speak with the accent that I speak with here in Ireland.
Hmm.
It's what we've become nowadays. It's not more the Nigerian way. I graduated in 2016, and then one of the first things I did was to join a dance company, Imagneto Dance Company with Kaffy. And I remember I joined in September 2016 because apparently what happened was by the time I was in my last year in Redeemers, you had to find like I've forgotten what they call it. You have to find on your project in your final year, you have to find someone to write about. I can't remember what it's called.
Hmm.
And then Kathy was one of the people I picked, and another dance artist named Favour Odusola. And what happened was I had a meeting with her. I scheduled a meeting with her to, oh, I'm writing my thesis. This is one of the topics of my thesis. I'd like to have an interview with her,
Hmm.
yada, yada, yada. And then what happened was we had the interview, then it was at her newly studio. It was still being worked on at the time. And we got to talking and I asked about dance as a career and how we could work and what are the things that needed to be done. And I just kept on going and going and going. And apparently she was impressed by, what I was doing. Apparently, I don't know. But maybe it was God or whatever. Or probably God, yeah. And then she said, no, I said at the end of the interview, I would like to come work for you. That's the point
Mm.
of the thesis. That's the point of me doing what I'm doing exactly because you are literally the inspiration, one of the few inspirations behind what I'm doing. Fine. She said, okay, if you get an A on your thesis, if you pass your thesis well, you get like above a 70, you can come. I was like, yes.
Challenge
I went
accepted.
back, I think I got 70 something. I don't know what I got.
Okay.
70 something. And then I knew the moment I got it, I ran back. I was like, nah, I got it. I got the blah, 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 blah. Told her about it. And then he said I could come to the office around, I think it was June or July. And when I came back, it was fully done. Like they were done with the studio. It was all like decked out. I was like, wow.
Hmm.
Imagine I was in this place and there was nothing, and now it's like, everything is awesome.
Yeah.
And I remember I got there and I would always just be smiling. Like it was always very They'll be like, oh, she'll be here in an hour. I'll stay there. And then she would come and she would walk in, like, cause she would go straight into herself. And I just be house and smiling like this. And then she would come back, and then it happened like 2, 3 times. And then she was like, oh, I should come to the office. And when I got to the office, it wasn't until later she told me this, that she wondered why was I smiling. Like she would pass me, I was just like this. Like why what are you smiling for?
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to the office and I told her I passed her stuff. I like to work with her, I like to intern. And she gave me a shot, which I'm really grateful for because it's not every time you find opportunities like that from places where you don't know anyone, they don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
So for her giving me that, I would say trust and that like belief in putting me as part of her organization. I mean, I was nobody. I was not. She just, oh, somebody in one school says writing a thesis on you. You can do it of you. I wasn't. It was not like I was anyone special or I had any like
Yeah.
special connection or whatever. So the fact
Right.
that anyone got that opportunity for me, it was a big deal
Yeah.
at that time, even till now.
Mm-hmm.
And I started working with her. I started as an intern, and then I did my NYC. I served under the company for a year with NYC. Uh, Man, they posted me to Western State.
Yeah.
First of all, nah, no, 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 no. When I saw that posting, I was like, this would not happen in Jesus' name. Like, but you have to do like a month, the
Yes, you
induction
have to
month or
do the
whatever.
camp. Yeah. You have to do the camp first.
It was not funny. I stayed with these people. How I even got them, I don't even understand. I found in the house, everybody was a redeemed church house. So all of they just made you stay. How I got that house, I cannot remember. And I
Okay.
remember when I tore in the house, there was never any light. There was ready money for diesel. We cook beans. You know when you cook, so because with gas, not the gas, why am I saying gas?
In the
Where do we
stove.
have gas? The stove. Stove that has wick. You know the
Yeah.
wick.
Yeah.
You can only afford a small amount of kerosene.
Right.
So what we would do is before we pour the kerosene in the stove, we will set the wick inside the kerosene
Right.
and then fix it inside and then pour a tiny bit of the kerosene because we don't know when we're going to because if you get money monthly, you
Yeah.
have to make sure
Ration
that
it well.
so
Yeah.
we'll not turn it on when we turn on the stove and that time we used to cook beans a lot because
Mhm.
beans if you cook it, we'll turn it off, it will soak and we'll leave
Yep.
it overnight so that the next day we cannot eat it day by
Wow.
day. And
Wow.
then with Gary, we normally
Mm-hmm.
just pour Gary
Yeah,
there.
yeah, Gary, yeah.
On the special days when they just pay us, we'll go to the market, we'll buy fish, we'll cook stew, we'll
Mm-hmm.
sit down, rest and stew. Those days, it was joyful. There was no light, there was no light. But
Mm-hmm.
the joy we'll sit on the floor and eat and share our stories, man.
Yeah.
It felt like that. It was the best day in the world. And then
Wow.
the tiny days that they would turn on, that NEPA would bring like in 2, 3 hours, we'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember, as I'm talking, I remember the taste of that food that time because it was very precious.
It was very
Like,
precious.
precious food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
I
you
was there
got
for a month.
posted.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I got posted. And then after that, I went back to Lagos because I was very grateful to Almighty Jesus. And I worked in the company for a year as an intern. I finished as an intern. I started working permanently with the company. First
Okay.
as a dancer, and then I was an administrator. Then I got
Okay.
into working also as a fitness instructor.
Okay.
And then I began to get more roles, handling budget, handling finance,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
being in charge of the entire dancers, becoming a project and a program manager, depending on the job or the role. And
Mm-hmm.
then it grew into when Imagneto created, um, planned to create an academy for new and upcoming dancers. I was starting to creating a curriculum, the schedule, and then I became, performer also. And then I graduated into an assistant choreographer and then a choreographer. And then I was working with artists such as, I worked with so many artists. You can name them: Burna Boy, Wizkid, Fino, Tiwa Savage, DJ Copy, Olamide, um, just name them all. Easy Band, Two Face, uh, and so much more. And then I work with different brands, Pepsi, Coca-Cola,
Mm-hmm.
with different awards, Sound City Awards, Hit TV.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot
Okay,
to
that's
mention, but basically,
incredible. That's
yeah,
your resume, man. That is
yeah,
wonderful. That's so
yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah,
we were around, yeah,
you were
and
out here.
I did a Calabar Carnival. So for me, the beauty of that period was the diversity of performances, the diversity of events, and the diversity of businesses, brands, and organizations we worked with. You know,
Mhm.
we went across our business sector, the banking sector, the
Mhm.
entertainment sector, churches, the religious sector. So the company had services that span across these different sectors, and
Mhm.
it was really thriving.
Mhm.
And then I remember 2018, because before I started, I spoke with her and said, "Oh, it's my dream, it's my goal to travel to, work and study um, marketing, business administration,
Mhm.
because from my thesis, I kind of understood what I needed to do if I was to attend making dance a career as opposed to just dancing for fun."
Mhm.
And then she was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem," and blah, blah, blah. And then in 2018 was when began my search
Mhm.
to, advance to study. 2018, I applied. I couldn't travel. I got the application. I got the Oh no, let me tell you how I even found the contract. First of all, my secondary school where I went to, they usually have this like organization that help people travel abroad.
Right.
And I generally had no clue where I wanted to go
Okay.
at the beginning. I was like, wherever I put my points and they have what I need, I'm going there.
Right.
And then my brother stayed in the UK, and I was like, yeah, let's go to the UK. And then, sure. And then I tried to apply to the UK. Uh, Actually, this is a different story. I tried to apply to the UK years before in 2012, but then I had an issue, right? And then this time I also tried to apply to the UK again, but then I think the funds were very high, and I was like, bro, think about it,
Yeah.
think about it.
Mhm.
And then I told the advisory manager at that point, I was like, okay, for me, it doesn't really matter what country, as long as they have this.
Mhm.
They came back to me with like options, and Ireland was one of them. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. They're like, oh yeah. Then she applied for me, and then I got it, 2018.
Mhm.
And yes, 2018. And then I got it, and then I didn't have the funds for it because then they said you had to pay a specific amount. I was like, okay, I'm going to give myself 1 year to save for it. I'm going to get help from family, and 2019 will go again.
Mhm.
And then I postponed. I defaulted. I think I defaulted it twice. So I think it started 2017, but that's another story for another day.
Mhm.
Yeah, I defaulted it. 2019, I applied. First time, I was denied visa. Oh my God, I wanted to cry. But the reason
Mhm.
why I wanted to cry, it wasn't because I was denied. It was because I had told everybody that I was leaving. So the moment where I should have disappeared, I
You
was
are
still
still there.
appearing.
You are still there.
So people started asking the unanswerable questions.
Yeah.
What happened?
Didn't you
And
say?
then, in my classic
Wow.
way, in my classic Nigerian way,
Mhm.
I said, man, I didn't get it. It's because I was telling people, and some people went to the village to, pray for
Yeah.
my refusal. So this
Bad
time,
eye.
I did not tell anybody.
Silence.
Nothing. The same people, what's
Yeah.
happening? I don't know. I don't know what. And then I got it. And late, I will never forget the day. My, I was at home with Kaffy, and then my dad called me and said, your passport has arrived. This was 2019. I said, oh, okay, no problem, sir. And I went straight to Kathy and I was like, man, can I go home? I would like to go home. I said, I'd like to go in case there's a job or whatever. So if you want,
Right.
I was like, yeah, sure. Went straight home. I remember my dad was sitting on the bed. He was like, yeah, this is it. He didn't open it, which I don't know why. But then I opened it and I opened and I flipped the pages and I saw that visa stamp. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I, I, I think I didn't move. I didn't move. just stood there. And my dad was like, congratulations. I was like, I'm going. The next stage. Because
Yeah.
for me, this was the next stage of,
Yes.
you know, the career on the go.
Mm-hmm.
And fast forward to I traveled. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell nobody until the day. Now in the company, I only told Kaffy, but
Of
I didn't
course.
tell anybody else. So the weekend before I traveled, I had a meeting. And I was like, okay, guys, so I'm leaving today. Like I was leaving the company today, and my flight was 2 days after.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, what? What about you? I was like, yeah, I got accepted. So I'm traveling and I'm leaving, and I'll be, going. And they were like, oh my God, where you're going? Oh my God. And I was like, yeah, guys, I'm sorry. They're like, why didn't you tell us before? I was like, I was just trying to be cautious. And then I left. I
Mm-hmm.
left. I got to Ireland. I got the biggest shock of my life. It was cold. I came, it was -2. I'll never forget because I wore just a shirt and pants. I took off my jacket and I had a call with my friend Teddy. And I was like, yo, Teddy, I'm in Dublin. I'm in Ireland. And I went straight outside. Now, this was January 2020. I
Wow.
went straight outside, and the moment the doors opened, I saw the cold come up from my mouth, and I reversed immediately. And I was like, why didn't I check?
I beg, Teddy, may I call you back? I beg.
Yo, I knew it was cold, but my brain did not just register that kind of cold, because I've never been that kind of cold in my life. So even
Mm-hmm.
when people said it's going to be cold, in my brain, I'm like, I feel like it's going to be like, not, I'm going to go and cold is coming out of my mouth. Drinking cold, I'm eating ice.
Like Hollywood movie.
Hey, it didn't even click for me.
Yeah.
So I moved to Ireland by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I like saying this for context. I moved to Ireland with nothing but 423 euros in my pocket,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was like, okay, yes, I have to find my way in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I had friends. I think I met a couple of people here, but it's just been me working my way towards it everywhere. I started school. I
Mm-hmm.
had to find a new house in a week, which I thought was possible. But I got here and they were like, oh, Ireland is in a housing crisis. It will take you months. And I only booked a week. So my brain was like, if it passes that week, when will I stay?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So every day after class, I would go to a viewing. I would get there. They will not come out. I cannot see the viewing. I will walk back home. There was a day I went and my phone was low. I got to the venue. I called the person. They didn't pick up. They didn't answer me. Nothing. After telling me the address and this is where it was, my phone died. Now, mind you, for a Nigerian that has never traveled,
Mm-hmm.
we don't know anything about Google Maps.
Yes. Yes. I can
Um,
concur.
and then my phone died. In my brain, it felt like I was maybe I live in Lagos. It felt like I was in Adamawa. I was like, where am I? What is this? I
I'm
just started
lost.
walking. I
Yeah.
just started walking. I was just walking. I didn't ask questions. I just kept on walking. And I walked for like 14 minutes. And then I was like, let me just go to this hotel and beg them. Then they printed out Google Maps for me on paper. That's how I carry paper out. I walk like this. I'll say,
Yep.
it's there.
That's exactly it. Look around. Check the
Hmm.
landmark. Yep.
Hmm. Sha, sha, sha. It took me, I think, 3 hours to find my way back home.
Hmm.
Now, the place I was is not far from here. I used to wonder, where did I walk to? Because I know where the place, I remember the hotel. I pass by the hotel every time. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I was in this hotel. So why did I walk when my house was here? So why did I walk all the way like this? That's in a funny way. Yeah.
Yeah.
And fast forward, I finished school. COVID happened. I
Mm.
was working from home. I was doing a warehouse job. I injured my back. And then I went to a physio. And they were like, oh, this is your back injury. Just take it easy. You can't dance anymore. Because if you do, you might
Wow.
lose your back. You might not walk again. Blah, blah, blah. See, honestly, I think white doctors are just very, very, very dramatic people. They don't believe in the Nigerian strength. Like, they don't have, and the Nigerian, once you eat eba, and you keep working hard and you believe in yourself, anything is possible. You
Eba
say,
and Jesus.
I ban Jesus and take it easy. Make sure you eat good ogunfe
Rest.
meat.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't be eating
Protein.
their,
Burger.
eat
Yeah.
correct food. You'll be strong in Jesus' name. So I didn't dance for like 3 months. I was really out. Now I understand the term for that I was like anxiety and depression. That's what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Nigerians, we don't have anxiety and depression. If you feel that way, you're like, oh, tomorrow I can't walk.
You
So I was like that.
suppress it and
I
suppress it and
was so
suppress.
suppressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was overworking. I was doing Pilates. I was doing leg upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I used so many things from YouTube.
Oh, leg
And
upside
in my
down.
head,
Was that yoga?
oh, it's Pilates. You sit down upside down. You put like a pillow under your back and you rest. So to release the tension in your back and to
Upside
lay down upside
down.
down. Yeah, but you'll be laying on the floor like this, and then you put your leg up on the wall like this,
Wow. Okay.
and then you put a pillow under here, and then to release the tension in the back, which is causing whatever, and then you open your legs, and then you just relax and you start. The way it was, so I had a sciatica,
Mm-hmm.
but then I also had like two. It was like two spine, two of my lower disc. A nerve was cut in between.
Oh,
So I
like
needed
pinched
to,
nerve.
yeah, yeah, but they call it was a sciatica. That's what I saw, and that's what they called
Yeah.
it, and that's what the doctor kept saying. So I did physio. I did those who that break bones. What's your
Yeah.
name?
Yeah. Chiropractor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spent too much money on that. But then fast forward 3 months after, I was like,
Those people
okay, I'm
that
gonna
break
dance.
bones. First of all, those
Yeah,
people that break bones is wild.
they did not.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were fine.
Yeah.
And I think that all this happened between November and December of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And then January, no, 2020. Sorry, 2020.
Okay. Okay.
Fast forward to like March 2021, I was like, man, I need to kickstart my dreams. I don't care. But let me dance and then break my leg is fine. I can't stay at home and do nothing anymore. I started dancing in March.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, the dancing helped me too. So I was like, just for me, let me to take long walks, like Pilates, whatever.
Yeah.
The guy was not even a dancer, so how would I have? Funny
He's a
goodness.
doctor. Favor I beg.
Yeah, but doctors don't understand dancers. It's like an athlete. If an athlete injured, he will go to an
Right.
athlete doctor. He can't go
Yeah. Yeah.
to an
Yeah. Like,
emergency service doctor.
got
God
you.
will put the
Yeah.
fear of God in you.
Yeah.
So then the first job I ever did, and I swear to God. Okay, first of all, I have a question because I know, is this going to be aired worldwide?
Yeah.
Everybody can see this.
Anybody can see.
Okay. Then let me not say what I want to say. This can be in a conversation. If you ask me this later, I will explain it.
You explain it.
But
Okay. No
yeah,
worries.
but what happened was this: I joined a dance company, IMBT, together on a performance. That was my first entry into the art world in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
And it was introduced to me by a friend I met here named Toby Omoteke. He was like, "Oh, IMBT is looking for they were looking for a black dancer." And he was like, "Yeah, message this person telling me from Toby, blah blah blah." If I tell you that I messaged, called, emailed, called, until the man answered me that same day. I was like, the worst that can happen is he says,
Is
leave
no.
me alone.
Yeah.
Abi?
Yeah.
Third message, and then I wrote like, I created my website, because I design websites too. Created my website, created my portfolio, sent it to him. And then he saw everything, the performance. He was like, wow, you're amazing. And that's how I started. And then
Yeah.
from there, I've done like 6 different jobs with him. I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually doing another job with him next week.
Oh,
And
nice.
from there, because his organization was one of the top in Ireland, then it caught the attention of other people. And then from there, it was just job after job. I started teaching in dance classes. And then I just kept on pushing. I kept on sending messages to organizations, applying for awards, for funding,
Mm-hmm.
to create
Mm-hmm.
work.
Mm-hmm.
And to the grace of God and Almighty Jesus Christ and the help of friends, I kept on getting them.
Yeah.
And yeah, in May 2022, roll back. 2020, I met my now fiancée, Victoria, and we started dating. So in May 2022, we decided to open up a dance company together,
Mm-hmm.
which we called Umakoko.
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was May 4th or something. Yeah. And then I started putting on shows, dance shows, theater plays, put on music concert with a couple of people, and we started this show that we call Wave. Wave is a dance show that just highlights mostly immigrant dancers in the dance community in Ireland, but we also like to mix it up to introduce Irish dance. But it's basically a celebration of dance and of dancers that are taking dance as a form of career,
Mm-hmm.
actually pushing forward to create a career out of their dance, whether
Yeah.
individually or whether with a brand or whether with an
The
organization.
collective. Yeah.
We've done that 2 years in a row. The third one is going to be this year. And then last year in 2023, because I came up from a training background dancer, and I always believed, oh, you have to train, you have to do different styles to perform and all of that. I started Uma, which is a dance training platform dedicated towards training dancers towards, being professionals and just having fun in
Mm-hmm.
2023.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the journey so far. And yeah, I am today. From 20 years, 1 week to stay in a hostel to doing okay, I think.
$1 billion
Yeah.
gang.
Amen. In Jesus' name, in
Amen.
Jesus' mighty name, we pray.
Amen.
That's what
It's
happened.
coming. It's coming. But that's such
Yeah.
an incredible story, man. Thank you so much for sharing that. Like from literally ground zero. And it's so cool. Like you were I mean, Kaffy is one of the legendary, like top
Amen.
like dancers. She created a movement actually when it comes to like contemporary Afrobeats dance companies in Nigeria, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just gone from there. She's inspired so many other like creatives and
So
dancers who have
many.
now stepped out to do their own thing. So massive, massive, massive shout out to Kaffy, and and how she's inspired your journey. Right? Do you still keep in touch
Yeah,
with her?
definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely.
You got
Like,
to.
Mama, how are you? She's like, I'm fine, my son.
Yeah,
Oh.
that is incredible. So talk about Umakoko. What does Umakoko mean? Like that's the name of your dance company.
Yeah, so I am Nigerian. My fiance is Portuguese. No, she's not Portuguese. She speaks Portuguese, but she's Brazilian. She should never see me say that. Um, and when we were trying to come up with a name for the company, we both had the idea that we wanted to innovate, we wanted to create, we wanted to push the boundaries, and we wanted to always think ahead. What could we do? How could this be evolved? How could we evolve? How
Hmm.
can we develop?
Hmm.
And I can't remember exactly how we came across the name, but we developed the name Umakoko. We're scribbling, we're writing, we're writing too many things, and then we started thinking about, okay, what do we want for the company? And we kept on coming up with the idea we wanted it to be one, together, oneness, unity, one, the first, all of that. And then we're like, okay, what does one mean in our languages? And then I wrote down, oh, Akoko. That's the first Akoko. Then
As a Yoruba, right? That's
in
Yoruba.
Yoruba, yes.
Yeah, in Yoruba.
And then she was like, oh, one in Portuguese means Uma. And then I was like, ah, hmm. And we're like, oh, what if we do Uma Akoko? We're like, no, it doesn't make sense. Uma Akoko, no, no, no. Okay, Uma Akoko. And I can't remember how we got about the cocoa, but somehow we just ended up with Uma Coco. Because in
Hmm.
our mind was still Uma Coco. We're like, no, Uma Coco doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
And we wanted to keep culture
Hmm.
with the company. We didn't want to make it sound like just very foreign.
Right.
And that's how Uma Coco was born.
That is incredible. It's
Yeah.
that's such a beautiful thing that happens too when you travel. You're introduced to so many other cultures, so many other people, so many other languages, right? So many other ways of life, and so many other creatives and humans that you get to live with, work with, collaborate with, create with,
Yeah.
and be engaged to, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so it's really dope that y'all started this, Umar Coco.
Mm-hmm.
And so how starting the company and all that, like how did it help with your, because with my own journey, because I came here for my master's in theater design, so I'm an artist, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to filling up those hours to apply for your papers and like all that stuff, it can be very, very, very tricky, and people go about it various ways. So how did you go about, like, okay, for the purposes of, since I'm jackpot and I want to stay jackpot,
Yeah.
how do I, so like, would you mind just talking about that a little bit of how you were able to kind of figure out your, like, the paperwork of your immigration status and all that with your company?
So the first thing that came to mind was, how can I succeed as a dancer?
Yes.
And because my thought process was still with dance as a career,
Mhm.
I started thinking about how can I apply for the paper using dance as a career as opposed to finding another job and then using that job to apply.
Mhm.
And then I started talking with a lot of people. I started talking with a lot of artists, uh, with a lot of law organizations. And then I found a lawyer, and then she said, "Oh, they do this for people." And I was like, "Yes." Now, at that moment, and even till now, I haven't found another dancer that's been able to do this, and
Mhm.
I'm still hoping to find. So, from the little that I know, I'm the first person to attempt this. Um, and then I had a meeting with her, and she took me through the process and said, "Oh, you need to have this, you need to have a couple of documents." And thankfully, I had that because I was working with, communities, councils, organizations here in Ireland. I had the whole portfolio from Nigeria, so it was strong enough. And
Right.
then what she did was to open up a dance company for me and then use the dance company to apply for the paper for a specific
Right.
form under the um, permits that the country offers.
Mhm.
And that's how I got it. So I am the owner of a dance company, and
Mhm.
I'm employed by that dance company,
Mhm.
then works paper-wise. So I
Right.
have a couple of years, as long as I keep working with the organization, the councils, and all of that, and I
Mhm.
maintain a specific amount every year,
Mhm.
I get to keep my stamp, and after a while, I get my citizenship. So
Mhm.
now I'm a couple of years into it. I have a few more years left
Mhm.
before I get it. So, you know, maybe the next time, I was gonna say the next time we talk, but we're gonna keep talking. It's not even over.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in a few years, I'll be able to get the stamp for, which is the resident permit in the country.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's a testimony. And I hope that that's, like, that encourages and inspires someone, because, like, not a lot of people think about starting a company as a way to actually legitimately get papers and get your feet solid in a country, if that's what they want to do. If they want to move here, but they don't want to let go of their career, let
Hmm.
go of their dreams, their businesses. So it's really cool that, like, you were able to, and for something in the arts too, like, this isn't like you're buying and selling, or it's an energy company, or like for something like so artistic as movement and dancing and training people,
Yeah.
so that's absolutely incredible. And shout out to you, and shout out to your lawyer for putting one and two together to make
Yeah.
three.
No, I mean, she does it a lot. She does it a lot for a lot of artists.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was fast. She did it like this. But
Wow.
we have to pay.
It's not
Mm,
free. There's no free lunch in Freetown.
mm. I,
Yeah.
I, I reasoned it.
Yeah. But yes, no, thank you so much for sharing that. And now
Mm,
I have because you're a black man. Ireland is not necessarily a black country. So of course
no, it's not.
this question is coming. How have you been able, or what has, navigating, even the artistic community, because I'm sure that an artistic community existed there even before you moved there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what did as a Black man in a predominantly white country city, all that, um, what has navigating that been like? Where have you been hit with some racism, or
Me,
but yeah, have you been hit, like, what have you been hit with, like, discrimination and things like that? Like, I have my own personal stories, just like being outside of Africa, period. And like, I don't know anyone who doesn't have a story. And so I'm really curious about how, what that has been like for you and how you've been able to kind of push forward and push through. Because at the end of the day, they're not paying your rent. So, like, just have to
yeah.
fight every day and face your goal and all that. But I'm really curious how you were able to overcome and some of the things, if you could share some of the things you faced.
Um, my dad always said something to me
Mm-hmm.
when I was young till he always said, my son, remember the son of who you are, right? And there was a time I never used to understand why he said that, right? But then it got to a period I started to understand. And I think I understood it a lot more when I got here. And the reason I think I understood it a lot more is because when I came here, for example, the Afro dance scene was almost non-existent. It was little. It was like
Mm-hmm.
it just started.
Right.
And yeah, a guy from Nigeria claims to dance Afro, but also claims to dance contemporary and different styles.
Mm-hmm.
And I fought my way to integrate into the country. Everything I did was keeping to the principles and values of who I am, of who I was raised by my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I had the doggedness of achieving my goals. So I did
Period.
not, I literally put in the backseat everything else that
Mm-hmm.
wasn't in the surface level that allowed me to get to the point where I wanted to get to.
Yeah.
So I would say for me, the first year, I think I blacked out. I blocked out any form of racism. I just blocked it out. Because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not helping me. I don't want to talk about it. It's the only thing it's gonna do is push me back.
Yep.
It's gonna make me. It's gonna start making you create bridges or burning bridges.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, and so what I did was all I cared about, or all that mattered to me, was achieving my goal as a dancer, as a
Mm-hmm.
dance artist, as a
Mm-hmm.
performer, as a maker, as a creator.
Yeah.
Every circle I went into, all I did was observe, do what I wanted to do, and leave
Yep.
every time. So anytime, same situations that I would be in, that people were in, and they would talk about, oh my God, we're treated this way, it's not right, we're not meant to be this and that and that and that. Not I, not that I didn't acknowledge it. It was just because all I wanted to do was find a solution, find a way around it. What do I
Mm-hmm.
do to change this situation that people are feeling? Because I realized if I had stayed there and talked about it and said, oh my God, and all of this, it would draw me back and it would put me down. And that's not to say that those discussions were not valid. They
Mm-hmm.
were valid. It was not good. It was terrible. I've had people stone me tomatoes while I was walking the street, you know, that kind of way. But that would happen. I would keep going. I won't even stop to look back at it because it's very easy for them to say you made a mistake. It's very easy to be put in a position where you were too aggressive or you sounded this way. All they
Yeah.
needed to say was one thing and three, four people to corroborate the story.
Right.
So the most important thing for me, the first 2 years, was dance, create, make, meet people, influence, and uh, grow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. I think that's why the first 2 years, even when there's a lot of conversation about racism, surrounding racism, I acknowledge it's there, but
Mm-hmm.
I think inwardly I shut it out just because I wanted to get to a position whereby I could make changes and I could be in a space where my word matters,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to I was just complaining about stuff. So it was there. The way people would look at you, the way people will address you, the way people will talk to you. Um, but I always say, as much as I understand and those things happened, going into detail for me would take a lot because I try to always, you know, there are different situations where you go to events or you go to a showcase or something and you see the way, you know, my fellow black people are treated, and it makes you question why are we, you know, putting ourselves, not putting ourselves, why are we constantly in this situation where we feel we need to defend ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we always why we feel like we need to explain or we need to say something twice?
Mm-hmm.
And all that concerned me was, how do I get to a position where I could change this? How do I get to a position where this could be amended? So yeah, in terms of the situation, there's a lot to say,
Yeah.
right? It gets heavy,
Yeah.
right? But y- yeah, I tend to move away from that. But moving away doesn't mean I don't see it, I don't know it, and I'm not going to address it.
Mm-hmm.
But it just means that if the people there are the ones that see this, I don't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
The what I feel would solve the situation is to get there so that you can
To do
finally say
something.
something.
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know.
And yeah, you're so right because if you allow it to really get to you, man, you will just wake up angry every day, like you are ready to like you were so right. Like you can just you are put in triggering situations and it's unfair because you really cannot react, right? Anger from a black person is seen as aggression, period. You're not allowed
Mm-hmm.
to literally express an entire range of emotion of anger, whether it's raising your voice, not having a constant smile on your face, or addressing a situation in an assertive way, can be looked at like, and try being a woman on top of all of that, man. It's a whole other thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I really admire you saying, you know what, I want to get there and then, solve it, taking account of course what is happening, but choosing not to let it get to you, because that's really the power stance. Like you kind of like your goals are too big, man. Your dreams are too precious. Like your life is precious, man. You don't want to speak up and you don't have a voice the next day, god forbid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's all part, like you said in the beginning when you were talking, remembering where you're from, remembering where you come from, right?
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how much they call you the n-word, your father's address back in Nigeria, like like you're not lost, you're
Yeah.
not misplaced. It was your choice to come here. And for those
Yeah.
who it wasn't even their choices, which it's more than heartbreaking, there's still power in identity, right? And the
Yeah.
moment you're able to like nail down and be like, look yourself in the mirror and know who you are and know that no other voice of anybody else matters, right? I think
Yeah.
that's, holding on to like the strength of who you are, who your fathers were, their strengths, their struggles,
Mm-hmm.
their joys, their tears. It all has made you who you are today. And holding on to that is really powerful and beautiful. So, yeah, man, thank you for sharing that. We got deep for a second. We're coming out now. We're coming out. We're
Yes.
coming out. We're coming out. We're coming out.
We're out now. We're back out.
But yeah, tell us a little bit more about your dance practice, right? Just sell your markets more. Just sell your market. So, do you travel for work? Are you mostly in the UK or in Europe? Like, do talk about it?
Yeah. So, I'm a multidisciplinary artist.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, I work across different genres in dance industry, from Afro, contemporary, which I've done a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I also have basic understanding of foundations of different styles, hip hop, um, Bollywood, house, um, um, commercial, jazz, dancehall.
Mm-hmm.
These are things I have foundations of. I currently teach an Afro-dance classes in Dublin, Ireland, which is an open level to anyone who wants to learn how to dance. So I have like beginner classes, and then I have intermediate open level classes also.
Mm-hmm.
I also have with the company a training regimen where we take in dancers who are willing to get on stage or on scene experience to, help boost their selves and self-esteem and career and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. It's my dream to travel this year across Europe teaching, which I hope to do this year and early next year.
Mhm.
Um, apart from dance, I'm also in the theater, worked as an actor, director, performer, producer. I currently also work as a producer for literally any artistic endeavor, whether theater, whether dance, whether acting. I've worked as an assistant director for an Apple TV series called Foundation. Um,
Okay.
yeah, which is something I got from a friend. Uh, I also currently working to develop proper business template for a dance company. If you're gonna have a dance company, what does a business plan look like? What does the template look like?
Right,
How can you use this for yourself or for your business or brand or whatsoever?
right.
Um, I'm trying not to leave anything out.
Kind of like
So
offer consulting services, right?
I also offer consulting services for new dancers or dancers or
Mm-hmm.
intermediate dancers that are looking to level up to a specific point of the dance industry, because the dance industry differs from not just dancing on stage. There's also behind the scenes a
Mm-hmm.
teacher, a choreographer, a producer, a coordinator,
Yeah.
a manager, a dance finance person,
Mm-hmm.
an administrator,
Mm-hmm.
ECT, ETC. There's so many other things I offer that for dancers that are looking to, you know, looking for other career paths. I would not take them away from dance, but still dance related. I do
Mm-hmm.
that also. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, I'm a website designer, marketing, uh,
Yes, let's go.
and a marketing personnel. Currently,
Yep.
more digital marketing, but also in different areas of marketing. I'm
Okay.
currently studying for a cybersecurity course because I want to go into cybersecurity in the future.
Okay, get it all,
Because
man. Yes.
yeah, so yeah, that's all I can remember now. Um, yeah, I'm also a video editor, um, a graphic designer. I do this because it's ongoing. You know, graphic design for me, it's I'm not up to the level of some people, but we're trying.
Right.
Set designer, stage manager, all of that did since Boja days. Um, a video editor, videographer, which is what I do also on the side sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that I can remember. So far that's all I'm doing and up to, and
Right.
I offer most of these services through Makoko.
Mm-hmm.
um, because that's just the best way to go about it.
Yeah. Please let's pray favor money a big because it's doing 10 billion things.
You want
You
to
have
attach my
to.
Revolut and PayPal so people can
Yeah,
they can come for my services.
why not?
I work everywhere. I work across the globe. Don't
That's
be in one place.
incredible. Yeah. Okay, so share your social media information,
So
website,
across
all that stuff. Mhm.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, it's at official pack, official PAK underscore. You just type that and you can find me anywhere. My website is www.officialpark.art, which makes everything easier. Um, that's it. I think if you find me from my website or you find me from social media, you have access to me already.
And that's how people can see like your upcoming events and trainings and classes
And
and all
training and
that.
everything, yeah. And
Oh,
by the time, when is this going to view?
soon.
Yeah, but like next month, kind of soon.
I cannot tell you when.
No. I just need to know it's gonna be. It's not
In
gonna be in the next 2 weeks, right?
no, not in the next 2 weeks for sure.
Okay. So by the time I get this, I'll be working in a dance company, in a dance organization, Dance Ireland, as a membership and marketing officer. So yeah, because we want to get across to more students and people
Yeah.
in Ireland. Because my entire goal is to work the business, understand it, and then take the same template back to Nigeria to allow people that
Hmm.
want to dance but don't know how to start, to give them that
Yeah.
platform and say, there is this organization that works with dancers. You can come in there, get training and all of that. So that's
Oh, that's
the goal. And that's
incredible.
why dance as a career has been, that's the essence of why I dance.
Yeah.
Because growing up, you hear things like, "Why are you dancing? It's a hobby.
Yeah,
You should not be
exactly.
dancing." So, and I
Yeah.
was like, "That's one thing. If there's one thing my legacy is gonna be, is I'm gonna change that in Nigeria." So,
Yes. And I
yeah. So
mean,
that's
you're in great company, man. You already have been mentored by Kaffy, who is legit like literally doing that right now. And so I only
yeah,
look forward to how much further you're going to take the work and what you're going to
yeah.
do, right? For the new
Mm-hmm.
generation. So as we round up, we're ready to go. Give us a word of wisdom, Mr. Favor. Favor us with some flavor of wisdom. Give us an advice, a word of wisdom, a word of just leave us with something, a proverb, whatever, just something to ginger us as we go on our journey in life.
Yeah. I will say this because this is what my brother told me in 2016 before I went into the dance industry. Believe in yourself, stay away from gossip,
Mm,
and make sure that your goals are clear
mm,
and well defined. If you do these three things, by, let me just clarify this, by making sure your goals are clear and well defined, you know your path. If your path is to be a doctor, what do I have to do to be a doctor? I have to go to this company and work there as an intern for a year, work with a top person,
mm,
and then work there, and then move somewhere else, and then
mm,
from there, move somewhere else. That's what I mean by make your goal clearly defined. If
right.
you can do these three things, I can assure you, I'm beating my chest. I don't know whoever's watching this. I'm beating my chest. I'm telling you, you will get to the point where you want to get to. The
Mm,
process is important,
yeah,
right? Don't jump the process.
yeah.
Let it happen.
Mm-hmm,
But I can assure you, if you have a goal 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, stick to it. By that seventh year, you will be surprised at how much you've done. I say
mm,
this because I've done it and it worked. And now I'm in my second phase. So
right.
it's not an advice from a idealistic point of view. It's an
Yeah.
advice from a realistic point of view.
Tried and true. Tried and true. Thank you so much, Favor. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
This has been very impactful. I've learned so much more about your journey and how you're just see honestly like when I see your dance videos even on Instagram or like Facebook I'm like, hey, spray money. You people that are passing by,
Bye.
spray money. But it's so
Vibing.
exciting and I'm rooting for you from where I am in my corner of the world. And I'm very excited about all the things you're doing and I look forward to even more of what you're going to do very soon. Maybe we'll see you in Canada, in the US. Maybe
Definitely
yeah,
will see me in
it's
Canada.
definitely,
It needs to happen.
it needs to happen, right? Just visit, come and
Yeah.
teach us some of maybe you've coined a
Mm-hmm.
new Afro Irish dance genre or whatever, and then
Okay.
oh shit
Hola.
baddest, right? But
Yeah.
it's really exciting what you're doing, and I just want to give you your flowers right here, and shout out to you.
Thank you
Looking
so
forward to
much
more of what you do, and thank you for being on the podcast.
for having me.
Yeah, this has been
Hold
awesome.
me. Little me.
Little old you.
Little
All
me.
right. Well, let's say bye bye to the listeners now. Thank you all for
All right.
listening on this episode.
Likewise.
Until the next episode. Bye.
Much love.